Alright, this is Mike's trailer before I did anything. Got some broken lights. He wants more side marker lights here. He wants to get rid of those lights. I gotta rewire it. This one's broken. I'm gonna put some different oval ones on there. Brakes don't work, wiring screwed. That one's hanging on, that one's broken off. Something interesting going on there. But he also wants to put that big honking winch right here, so I have some material. I'll build like a little box in there, put that expanded metal in there, do angle iron here and here. This way you could throw chains and binders and stuff on that. Have the winch up here so the fair lead goes straight into that. Let's see how it turns out. All right, I'm gonna cut this off and move it up, because with this all the way up, this pad is still hanging down pretty far, even though this is adjustable, so it's hanging down below. Whereas when the back of the truck goes down into something, this foot's dragging, that's why it's all bent up. So I need to raise this whole section up. It's looking like the best way to do that is to cut this off, and then I'm gonna have to fix this. So we'll get started on that. All right, got that cut off of there. It's interesting to do with the cutoff wheel, but trying not to damage this too much. Actually looks pretty good, and just got to get that extra material off the bottom. And then what I'll do is I'll put this square, instead of it being underneath this, it'll go up here. All right, now I got to clean this up. Probably gonna just cut these off, clean that square tube up, cut it in an angle, this way it fits in here nice, and then weld that in. I'll get started on that. All right, I got this welded in there. It's a little dirty because I was grinding on some of this stuff. I should have re-welded this before I welded this bar on here, because this is cracked all the way around. Looks like whoever welded it on there did it MIG weld without the gas on. There's a bunch of holes in there, so I'm gonna grind that all out. But I got that all welded in there all the way around. It actually looks pretty good. There's one of the overheads that looks a little ugly, but whatever. Should be good. This should be better than the way that it was, because everything on the old welds look like that. I don't know if you could see all those little holes in there, but it's no bueno. So I'm gonna finish cleaning that up, clean this up, clean that up with that crack, both sides, weld that, and then weld underneath. Right now it's not welded. All right, the next part is he wants a graded, kind of like a pan in here. This way you could throw chains and chain binders and straps and stuff. So we got this piece of expanded metal. It's actually pretty beefy. I might actually take and like stitch weld some of these together, but we'll see. That's a lot of work. But this is 46 by 48. So the widest I can go on this is 48. So I'm gonna cut a piece of angle, 48 inches, see where that mocks up in here, and then overlay that expanded metal so I can cut that out kind of like this pizza shape and lay that in there. All right, got these welded in here. These are to hold the chains and binders. So I'm gonna put wire grating in there So I just kind of stitched those in. I didn't weld them fully out. So now we got to trim that so it fits this. There it is. It's in there loose. I'm going to push it down and put a couple of welds in a couple of spots. Should be good. Thing he wanted to do was mount this winch. So this is what I came up with. The winch will sit back a little bit and it sits up this way, kind of it's over the deck. It's not very much, like 3/4 of an inch, but I just gotta weld that in. The winch is just sitting on there, but that's where it's gonna go. I'm gonna order the replacement pieces there since that got broken. And like this bolt seized in there. The bolt, one of the anchor bolts is seized in there. I need to unspool it and figure out this cable because this is interesting. But that's it so far. A lot of welding, a lot of grinding. All right, next thing is anchoring a dozen of those. I got them like every 40 inches. That's how the spacing worked out for an 18-foot spread. I gotta weld those on. I don't know. It seems okay to me. It spans. Here's a trick for preventing these adjuster screws and drum brakes. This works on any drum brake. This happens to be a trailer drum brake, but preventing these from seizing up before you install the new ones. Anti-seize the shit out of them. Pro tip, all of the anti-seize. So I took that off, opened it up, put anti-seize inside of the pocket that the stud slides into and all the threads, and I threaded this up and down to make sure anti-seize was everywhere. What I would recommend is leave it on there so that you touch that and everything else, and then you have anti-seize all over everything. But if you don't want to do that, you can wipe that down. I like to anti-seize these two, and I will show you why. Here's why. These are jam nuts that go on those studs. So they're actually pinched, so they're like an oval shape. And if you don't anti-seize them, then they just grow together. So this one, I'm gonna have to weld this in there so that I can get a wrench on the back side of it and get the nut off of there. That's annoying. All the rest of them came out, but just that one did not. All right, if you're using an impact such as this one, make sure you set it to Ugga Dugga number 3, and you go ahead and hold the trigger down until about 5 seconds before you break the stud off is the trick. So get to know your impact so that you know what that time is. All right, here's the final product. Move this jack up. This was welded on the bottom of that, so the foot would drag. That's nice and high now. Rewired the entire trailer from the front to the back. Every wire is new. Rebuilt the winch. These were broken. Rewired this. Everything's good. Got some ringlets on the end of that. I'm gonna set a battery here and strap it down just to that wire grating. Replaced all the brakes. Did this winch mount with the Fairlead. Turned out pretty good. Did all these lights on the side. Everything's LED. It's all rewired, and did all the D-rings. Should be good to go. I'll take it back up right now. Looks good.